Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Novel Nana. I'm Bex. So today's video is all about pitches. So as you know, there are contests out there, especially ones like on Twitter, which is coming up in the next couple of months. This one is called Pit Mad. Some of you may have heard of it. It's part of the Pitch Wars, where literary agents comb through their Twitters with the hashtag PitMad or Pitch Wars to find the next book in a certain genre that they're trying to fulfill a quota for in their publishing house. So say in a publishing house, maybe their quota is filled for, X, Y, and Z genre, but there's an available 5 or 6 spots in another genre or a specific subgenre. So my advice today is all about how to get your books and your pitches ready to be maybe, into another category by just tweaking little things about your pitches. Now, I'm not sure how all of this would work for other types of books, but I'm just going to use mine for an example. And we'll see how it goes. If nothing else, hopefully you'll get an idea of what things to really focus on your pitches, because you don't have a lot of characters um, within Twitter to kind of bring that out of your story. So you want to make sure that you're hitting on whatever element, whatever theme is really most centered for your pitch, or in your manuscript you want to excuse me, in your manuscript you want to try to reveal certain aspects of your novel, even if they're not the predominant. I think if you have that element, especially in, just that short little pitch that you have to give, if you can tweak it to fit into other subgenres, I think you might have a better shot at getting noticed. So with that in mind, I'm going to share my book and just pitches as examples. Um, my book has changed a lot over the years. It is book 1, Shattered Doll, in the Papa's Plaything series. So I'm only using this as an example, but hopefully it'll help you guys. So in my book, I would classify it as a psychological thriller. So my pitch for my psychological thriller would be teenage Beth Parker struggles with DID and visions of a past trauma. A present-day threat forces her to relive the pain as it mirrors the shards of yesteryear. With lives on the line, what price will she pay? Will she finally mend or be shattered again? So that would be my pitch if I were pitching it as a psychological thriller. Now, again, I'm just using my book as an example. You do what works for you. Pick out whatever elements you need to, because as I said, sometimes your main genre may already have its quota, but that publishing house may have openings for the subgenres of the bigger genre. So if you can pick out or pluck out elements of your story and make a pitch out of it, it could catch their eye, hook them in and see if they have a spot for you within, the realms of what they're looking for. So if you guys see, I'm kind of looking off to the side here because I have it written on a huge whiteboard. Can't find my glasses today, so I had to write it like, real big over here. But that's what I'm doing, is just reading off of here. But we're going to move right along because I know how I get, guys. Sorry about it. So anyway, if I wanted to take that same book idea and use it, maybe, flip it on its head, bring out a different element of the story. Say they needed something for paranormal mystery. So that same book I would use, tweaking it a little bit, and I might say something like this. Beth Parker struggles with her home life, and as if that isn't enough, she hears voices in her room and reads entries in her diary that she did not write. Life is anything but normal for this teenager. Feeling caged, she longs to break free and figure out what is the message behind this paranormal activity. Now, that's not the best pitch, guys. It's just, I'm giving you an example. My book is not a paranormal mystery. However, that is how I would pitch it if I had that element in my story. So On to the next one. If I wanted to fit it maybe into domestic thriller, which is a subgenre of the thriller category. So the pitch might go something like this. It's 1978. A 14-year-old Beth Parker struggles to remember a childhood trauma that could hold the clues to help her now. A present-day threat will not let her forget the pain as it mirrors the shards of yesteryear. At home, she walks on glass, trying to maintain peace and keep her mind from splintering. Her mother Amy's recent engagement threatens Beth's family, her life, and her sanity. It's a race against time to save them all. Will Beth defeat the enemy or end up broken like a shattered doll? Okay, now that's how I would pitch it as a domestic psychological thriller. Now, also a tip here, if you can somehow weave your story's plot line or the theme or even the book's title, sometimes that's a bonus. So think about that as you're writing. I don't know why this just popped up. I don't know. Okay, anyway, moving right along because I can see now that my battery is blinking. So if I wanted to say that story or pitch that story in just the overall thriller genre, if that's what they were looking for, I might tweak it a little bit more and share other aspects of the story, such as Beth, a 14-year-old, struggles to survive on the outskirts of a small town in southern Alabama. The monster of her waking nightmares continues to attack her mind and body. Her mom, Amy, will soon wed the man of her dreams, never knowing the monster and the man are one and the same. Will Beth expose his identity, breaking her mother's heart, or keep his secret and tear her own mind apart? Find out in this domestic thriller, Shattered Doll. So that's another tip. You can weave into your little pitch, which could also be like serve as the blurb or the writing on the back of your book, by telling them automatically what the genre is. So anyway, that's another tip for you guys. Okay, if I wanted to pitch this same story, this would be closer actually to the second or third book in my series. But if I was pitching the same character, but as a romance element, so I might tweak it a little more and say something like, runaway Beth Parker thought she was leaving trouble behind. This time she may have jumped out of the fire and into the frying pan. She meets a man named Glenn and things heat up. Beth may have met her match with this new flame. Will she have a happy ever after, or will she get burned again? So that's how I would pitch it if it were a romance. Now, using that same story, maybe going into the suspense side of the genre. So I might say something like this. Amy's engagement to Mitch threatens her daughter Beth's safety and her sanity. He may be the man of her mother's dreams, but he is the monster of Beth's nightmares. Can she convince her mom to run before she walks down the aisle, sealing Beth's fate in this unwanted family dynamic? So this I might actually put in domestic suspense if it was a subgenre. So anyway, guys, that is how I would pitch my book for the Pit Mad Wars, or Pitch Wars Pit Mad contest on Twitter. But I'm hoping that this, by me sharing this little example, might help you think of ways that you could tweak your own pitches to fit into whatever genre they may be looking for. So think about ways that you could pull certain elements or themes from your own book to make the best pitch possible. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. I do so appreciate each and every one of you. If you like this kind of content, or if you found any value in today's little presentation, please, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that a lot of my viewers aren't subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know the next time that I upload, be sure to ring that bell. Thanks again. That's all I have for you today. And until next time, happy writing. Bye.